The Community Services Department was formed in 2010 through a county-wide reorganization. Within Community Services, we have recreation and parks and cultural services, planning and environmental services, veterans services, and community outreach, which involves volunteers and grants. Most of these services and programs deal directly with providing services to citizens in our community.
Probably what I enjoy the most is reaching out and trying to partner with our citizen groups and individual citizens as well to advance the county. And we have a number of wonderful volunteers, and we greatly appreciate their support, not only monetarily, but also giving of their time as well.
From the Friends of the Dog Park to the Shar-Nyman Community Gardens, to the El Paso County Fair and the award-winning El Paso County Nature Centers, Community Services relies heavily on citizen volunteers.
We have about 25,000 volunteer hours per year, helping run our nature centers, clean our parks, working in our environmental areas, which are wonderful. We have people donating up to $200,000 a year in various programs and services to give back, to El Paso County. So we've just been quite blessed with the community overall assisting us with that.
With more than 18,000 visits to its collection facility on Acres Drive last year, El Paso County Environmental Services is responsible for keeping hazardous materials out of our landfills, where they could easily result in the contamination of underground water resources. Computer circuit boards, lawn fertilizer, batteries, paint, insecticides, porcelain, printer and ink cartridges, motor oil, and many more items can be safely and properly recycled at this facility. Environmental Services also runs the Slash and Mulch program in the Black Forest, the annual Christmas tree recycle event, and they played a key role after the Waldo Canyon and Black Forest fires, operating dumpster sites for the safe removal of chemicals, spoiled food, and damaged appliances.
The other thing that they do is they're really responsible for overseeing the environmental side of what the county does, whether it's our own open space or open space owned privately in regards to noxious weed control, wildlife habitat, endangered species, and so they're always assisting with that as well. During the fire itself, they were out on site assisting people with discarding burned materials. We had portable restrooms in various areas as well, assisting with that. Cleanups throughout after the fire itself was done too, so they provided great assistance to those that lost their homes.
Open space in our community is very important, and Community Services is always looking for additional open space opportunities, especially opportunities to secure spaces for preservation like the Pineries in Black Forest and the Cane Ranch near Fountain, which have been preserved at little or no cost to the county.
A couple different options we have for us. When we have land development occurring within El Paso County, we have the choice of either the land developer providing land to the county as open space or fees in lieu of land. So at times when we see that the land would be a benefit to the county, part of our open space plan, we accept the land in that case. And so there's no real direct cost to the county at that point, and then we put that into our open space program that we have. We also have the ability to apply to Great Outdoors Colorado, GOCO, and they have funds as well that allows you to purchase open space, and so from time to time we do pursue that as well. And then finally we have just third-party donations, individuals interested in securing this open space for the community, so they donate, and sometimes we mix all three of those together as well too. And so, but it's one of our higher priorities within Community Services.
While most of the programs and services provided by El Paso County are mandated by state and federal governments, things like human services, the courts, the jails, the treasurer, clerk, public health, coroner, sheriff, and on, services like parks and recreation are not. But El Paso County citizens have made it very clear that they are still important.
And so we would encourage our citizens to continue to give us feedback on what they would like, how we might make changes to a particular program or service or facility. But keeping in mind that we're pretty flexible on what we can do. And so if we as a community decide that we want X facility at this location, we certainly will begin to review that and see if that's an opportunity for us or not to be able to do that.
Community Services works regularly with nonprofits like the Palmer Land Trust, the Pikes Peak Community Foundation, El Pomar, and others to secure a variety of grants. And Great Outdoors Colorado is a very important source of funding for community services. Also under the umbrella of community services is El Paso County Veterans Services, the busiest and most effective county veterans services office in the state of Colorado, and one of the busiest in the United States in terms of helping veterans and their families secure the benefits that they have earned in service to our country.
And so we really encourage you to stop by, meet our staff, learn about the programs that are available to you, and see if we can assist you, in your quality of life.
CSU Extension Service is a partnership with the university, established in state and federal laws dating back to the early 1900s. It brings the expertise and research services of Colorado State University into our community in a variety of local programs and services, including El Paso County 4-H and the Master Gardener Program, which helps local residents conserve resources while maintaining healthy and productive lawns, gardens, and trees.
The Recreation and Cultural Services Division covers the programming at Bear Creek and Fountain Creek Nature Centers, the El Paso County Fairgrounds, and then all of the county parks and trails. And so there are programs, classes, special events that we host throughout the county throughout the year, and programs from the early childhood up to seniors. So there's a little bit for everyone.
The Bear Creek Nature Center was the first of its type in Colorado. It provides environmental education for school groups, scouts, active adults, seniors, and others. The facility was destroyed by fire a number of years ago, and El Paso County had to go to the voters to ask permission to retain Tabor refund money in order to rebuild this wonderful facility. The voters said yes, and Bear Creek Nature Center was rebuilt with all new exhibits. The Fountain Creek Nature Center is 20 years old and was recently expanded to double its space for meetings and educational programs. Its Nature Walk trail and observation points are true treasures, giving young and old an opportunity to view birds and wildlife seldom seen anywhere else in El Paso County.
The El Paso County Fair is really a year-round process for planning. It's an 8-day fair. But what I like about it is it's a balance of kind of a rural community event, but also we bring in a lot of folks from Colorado Springs. And so we provide activities and entertainment for all folks. When we look at it, it's a very unique county fair in that it's financially self-sustaining. And so we raise enough money during the county fair through fees and programs, sponsorship, and vendors. We raise enough money to pay not only for the county fair, but for events throughout the year out there.
From rodeo action to stock cars and demolition derbies, the county fair and the year-round operations of the county fairgrounds are an important part of the El Paso County Recreation and Cultural Services.
El Paso County Parks have wonderful facilities for recreation too. Soccer fields, rugby fields, but what we've specialized in are things that are a little bit unique. Archery down at Bear Creek, and we also have tennis courts at Bear Creek and at Fox Run or Black Forest. And so tennis lessons we offer through a community program. And then there's also a lot of just special events that we do throughout the year. We've got the Great Park Festival in Bear Creek. We coordinated or helped coordinate a zombie run for emergency preparedness out at Fox Run. We've got Fountain Creek Family Fun Day down at Fountain.
And all of these activities and programs rely heavily on volunteers for their time, talent, and finance.
We receive as many donations as we can. The Fountain Creek Nature Center is a great example of that. The expansion cost over $600,000. All of that was through grants, private donations, and businesses that donated to us.
So when you think of El Paso County's Community Services Division, think direct services to citizens. From recycling old paint to the paint mines. From the serenity of the Fountain Creek Nature Center to the zombie fun run. And the community gardens, and veteran services, and 4-H and the county fair. El Paso County Community Services covers a lot of ground.